by the water.
Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and welcome to the show. Y'all listen to me. We're going to jump straight back into it, right, from yesterday when you listen to the episode. Listen. Now, Terry, he's at work, and he done bumped down on the police to tell the police about a blood dude that they can go get. Now, this blood dude is somebody that Sean had a problem with at another penitentiary. Gotta go. Gotta go. And the thing about this is that the same move, Sean made sure that he was around and he stuck around the brothers so that wouldn't nobody be suspicious of him when they bumped down. But see, this particular blood dude, he had a little rank. He wasn't just a rank and file dude. He had a little rank. He can get anybody tucked up, you know what I'm saying, if he wanted to. And Sean had been on the wrong side of that a couple of times at other institutions. And he didn't want it no more. He didn't like dude. He wanted him gone. So let me tell you, check this out. See, this particular individual was known to keep butchers in his cell. Oh, yeah, he was known for it. Now, that's a no-no. You feel me? You're supposed to have him outside the cell and stuff like that, whatever. But see, this dude had done so much dirt to so many people, he always stayed strapped. He said he'd rather get caught with it than without it. Well, he was finna get what he wanted. And plus, he had some of that work. But here's the thing. When you get caught with one of them things in the penitentiary, listen to me. When you get caught with one of them butchers in the penitentiary, it's going to be a high price to pay when they bump down on him. So Terry told the po-po, see, this is what he told him. Now, this is what he told him. He said, look, this is blood dude, he got rank. He just bought a butcher. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want his brothers to know. Now, of course, yeah, that's all a lie. Ain't none of that true. But see, he got to have some reason for knowing that the dude got a butcher in the cell. You feel me? Because once you tell the police that somebody got a butcher in the cell, they on high alert. When they come up in there, they ain't just going up in there. They got the vest on and everything because they don't know if you're going to have that thing on you, near you, or whatever the case may be. But they come in with real intent to take you down. And plus, he got drugs in there too? No. They don't know if he going to be high or what. They don't know none of that. So they coming. So when they get this information, they ask Terry, are you certain of this? And Terry looked at him and he did that old shook again, acting like he's all nervous. He said, look, man, I'm giving you what you asked for, man. I'm giving you what you asked for. Now you want to stand here and talk. I ain't got time to talk. And they told him, go your way. We got it. Later that afternoon, they hit the blood dude's cell. Pop, 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 pop. Got it. They shake the cell down. They in there about 15 or 20 minutes. They come out with it. Now everybody looking around wondering, what happened? How did this happen? How did they catch him with this? Who knew? The only individuals that knew that he had that thing in his cell was his own kind, the Bloods. Right? The Bloods. He ain't bought that from no Crips. So they started investigating. They started looking why they take him to the back. He demands some answers. Even when you in the hole, if you in charge, you demand answers and you gonna get them. So now they investigating. They trying to find out who would have known this, who would have said something. And see, one of the things about it, gang life, they always underestimate the ones that they want to send out. See, they use them up and spit them out. You feel what I'm saying? Just like an old piece of paper. You know how when you're chewing on paper, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all grew up like that, right? You might be in school and be chewing on paper for no reason. And then after a while, that paper gets to be all mushy and it tastes bad and you accidentally swallow an ink and then you spit it out. See, that's how gangs do send-outs. That's how the gangs do individuals that they say they love that's a part of the organization that they use and manipulate. You don't want this life. I'm telling you what's real. I'm trying to keep it 100 with you so you'll understand that you need to go another way with your life. Get your life together. You feel me? So now they looking, they trying to figure it out, and they overlook Sean. It's like, nah, he didn't know that. They don't share that type of information with him. But see, when you the one that ain't nobody paying no attention to, people will say stuff that they think you're not even paying attention or hearing, and you hear it anyway. You feel what I'm saying? See, when you got an axe to grind with somebody, if you think about it, the people that have done you the most harm in your life is the ones that you mostly underestimate. And they underestimated Sean. Sean knew a little bit something about all of them. And slowly for surely, he was going to take care of his business. So this went on back and forth for 2 or 3 months, right? For 2 or 3 months. And then one day, all of these individuals in the back, at different times, of course, started to think about something is wrong here. Something ain't making sense. Why are we always ending up in and out of the hole? How are they knowing what we got going on? Listen to me. This is how the game get real, real dirty. Because if you're going to play the game, you got to understand that, people ain't going to just keep accepting what's happening to them, even if they deserve it. So see, Sean and Terry, they were feeling good about things. They were getting their little packs in. They were making a little money, not a lot, but a little money. But mostly, they done got caught up and focused on knocking everybody else that done them some wrong. That's what they was on. And then one day, the Crips, they pulled Terry over. They pull him over and they tell Terry they need him to put in some work. They've been hearing some things about the Bloods, been telling their business and stuff like that, right? So Terry looked at me and said, man, how they'll know anything that's going on with Crip business? And the big homies, they tell him, he said, look, man, don't you worry about that. We just need you to take care of some things. So he decided that he had to do it. Because if he didn't do it, it was going to be hard for him to stay in the pod. It's going to be hard for him to stay on the compound. So he asked me, he said, look, who is it that you want me to get? And then they told him there's going to be somebody up in the ranks with the Bloods. They wanted him to catch him in the chow hall and take care of the business, right? So he waited until he had an opportunity. Now, keep in mind, look, let me tell you something. A lot of times when you can't really do what you need to do out in the open, you got to figure out another way to get word to somebody that you deal with, right? And in each unit, you got showers, right? And these showers got stalls. And in this particular unit that they were in, it had 3 shower stalls, right? And it was isolated, right? They were next to each other, separated by a wall. You feel what I'm saying? A board, right? You know what I mean? But it's a space up above it and a space beneath it, but it wasn't a lot of space. But if you was in the middle shower, you could talk to somebody on either end, right? So Sean and Terry, they decided to go take a shower, right? Sean went first and Terry went 5 minutes after that, but Terry got in the middle shower. Sean was on the left-hand side. So when they got in the shower, they made sure to look out, because you can look out the cracks of the doors when you shut the door to make sure ain't nobody out there. And they whispered real, real low, because if they got caught, it was over. So Terry told them what the business was. They wanted him to put in work on one of the Bloods. They need him to take care of some stuff because they think the Bloods been telling Crip business, right? Trying to get them knocked off the compound. They're not focusing on all of the other things. They want to figure out they got a problem. They got to figure it out. It's got to be the Bloods. That's their enemy. It's got to be them. It's got to be. So Sean tell him, he said, look, we'll knock dude off ourselves. That way you ain't got to put in work. If he's gone, he gone. Terry told him, that's a good idea. It's a great idea right there. He said, what we gonna do? He said, look, you're gonna have to take the information to the police. So Sean tell him some stuff about the dude that they want knocked off. Yeah, he got a pack coming in, right? He got a female officer to be bringing it to him. So he let him know that, right? He let him know the officer's name and what day the pack gonna be coming in, right? He give him the business. Now see, what Sean don't know, tell you, it gets messy in here, y'all. What Sean don't know is that they done fed this information to him. The Bloods have. Yeah. They think they know what's going on. They think they know what's going on. So Sean get that information to Terry. And Terry, he's thinking about it in his cell that night. He said, this is too coincidental. And ain't no such thing as coincidences, y'all. Ain't no such thing. All of a sudden, the Crips want him to take on a blood that's got rank by himself. By himself. Because they think that they telling him. Why not get one of the rank and file bloods to send the message? Why are you sending him by himself? Now he's a send out, but still, this is high stakes because if it goes down, this could cause a war. People that got positions of authority, man, you off limits, man, unless you're trying to really just shake the spot. And he is not seeing the typical things that you would see when a gang is about ready to go to war. He don't see them telling everybody to walk the child together and everybody got to stay strapped up and all this and that. This looks like a test move. That's what this looked like, a test move to see what's going to happen. That's what this looked like. Right? So here it is. Terry, he ain't got time to say nothing to Sean. He ain't got time to tell him what's really going on, right? And what he's thinking. So the next morning when the doors pop, Terry strike out the pod. And when he strike out the pod, he head straight to the building where his head blood is, right? And he catch him coming out the door. And see, everybody's shocked because Terry, he walked right up in the middle of all of them and he bomb on him. Bow, bow, bow. Hit him with a 3-piece dinner. I'm talking about with the mashed potatoes and coleslaw, y'all. And them bloods, they put it on him. I'm talking about they put it on him real fast. They on top of him so fast, he had the ball up. They putting their feet on him and everything, beating him down. And cuz them, they see it. And they don't run over there. They don't go to help him. They don't do none of that. And see, on top of all that, Sean and the other bloods is running down there. And when they run down there, they had to join in. They whooping Terry. Now the Crips ain't making no move. They letting one of their own get whooped. Then the police get involved and break it all up. Tell them to go their way. It's enough. There's gonna be no more of this. And now they drag Terry off to the hole. But see, Terry had peeped something. He had peeped it. This was a test. That's suspicious. The only thing he don't know is if the bloods is in it. And he ain't have time to run everything down to Sean. Look here. In the penitentiary, you're going to the hole. You go to the hole, you're going to get out. That's what the hole is for. The hole is to separate you from the compound temporarily, in most cases, until you go to the D-board, get your days, and sit in the back and think about what you did, and get out and don't do it no more. That's what they say anyway, but that ain't how it works. You know, you get out and you continue to do what you do. That's just part of the business. That's part of the life of being in the penitentiary. You're gonna go to the hole from time to time for whatever reason. And all you're hoping for is that you don't get transferred. And if you do get transferred, that's part of the business too. That's just how it happens. But see, while he's in the back, he got 10 days for this fight. Now, everybody is talking about what happened. The Crips, they sending little notes over there to him, telling him, they proud of him for taking care of his business and all this and that, taking care of Crip business. And he's reading these letters, but he getting pissed off because he's like, okay, then nobody come to help. He got to play that role like he mad that they didn't help him. He can't let them know that he thinks that they set him up to try to figure out if he the leak. He can't let them know that. So his response has to be the type of response that you would have when you mad at your own kind for not coming to your aid and assistance. So he sent out a kite. And listen to me now, this is top flight manipulation on everybody's side. He sent out a kite. He said, hey, cuz, what's cracking? Where were y'all at? I went in and put in work. And then I got stomped on by the Bloods. So when I get out, y'all know what it is. He coming hard like that, but he ain't built like that, but he coming hard like that, though. He has to. That's the move you got to make. You got to make it seem as though you pissed. But here's the thing. This is how the psychology of the mind works. Now check this out. See, now, the fact that they saw him walk up in the middle of some blood and 5 with a 3-piece dinner on the head of the blood, one of the heads of the blood. Now they looking at him like, he might not be weak as we thought. He might not be as weak as we thought. So this letter that he sent out, now it's starting to have some credence to it, some relevance to it. It's like, okay, he pissed off. We're going to have to holler cuz when he get out because we don't want no smoke. He done walked up in the middle of the bloods and put in work, but he ain't going to have no sympathy for us because we didn't come to his aid and assistance. Now they seeing him as somebody that'll put in work. They seen him hit him with the 3-piece, so they see he got hands, and they see that he took it. He took it. They whooped him good now. He balled up, but they whooped him good. He bruised up pretty good. But he went to the back and didn't say nothing about nothing. He ain't cooperating with nothing. So he gets out. When he gets out, he gets put right back in the same unit. And he's playing his role. He mobbing hard. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're mobbing hard, walking from side to side, like you leaning when you walking. He mobbing hard and he looking at him. He said, what's cracking, cuz? He on another level now, but it's all game. It's all game, right? Because he most definitely ain't built like that. So he asked him, he said, man, when I finish unpacking all my stuff, man, we need to talk. Now keep in mind, just 10 days ago, to them, he ain't nothing. But now, they looking at him like, all right, we need to hear cuz out. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. Listen. If he ain't the leak, and he done went and put in work like that, he got credibility now. He got credibility with some of the other Crips. He got credibility on the compound. And he got them hands. We just seen it, y'all. We just seen it. So now, they got to handle him a little different. Because they still got a problem. So when they go in to talk to him, they go in aggressive. That's how it's got to be. Lion eat lion. We're in the jungle, y'all. We're in the jungle. Can't be with one lion in the jungle, man. That's it. So they go in tough, he come in tough. They looking at each other, staring each other down. But then one of the Crips said, look, we're going to work this thing out. Yeah, you're right, cuz we should have been there for you, but we didn't know what was going on, right? It's something we need to discuss with you so you'll understand why we did what we did, right? So he said, man, what you talking about, man? You need to be explaining yourself to me. He coming hard. He coming real hard. I'm talking about real hard. And then they looking at him like they don't want no smoke, but because, think about it. What if he ain't that dude? That's what they trying to figure out. He might not be that dude. So now they looking at him and they thinking, okay, here's the problem, y'all. We got a leak. Now, everybody ain't in the room. Everybody can't fit in these cells, y'all. These cells are not that big. So the brothers of the audience said, they tell me, look, we got a leak. Somebody been telling the building and getting certain individuals knocked off, right? And then they look at Terry and they say, man, we thought it was you. So we sent you out. So he said, so wait a minute. So what you telling me is that you sent me out to get killed, possibly, because you thought I was snitching as opposed to bringing it to me like you supposed to do. That's how Crips do it. And they looking at him. So was any of that real? He said to him about the blood. Was any of that real? And then cuz had to go on to me. He said, man, they knew what was going on too, right? So listen to them. Listen to them. So Terry tell him, so you working with the Bloods now. He flipping the whole thing on him. So you working with the Bloods now. And cuz look at him and say, hold up, it ain't even like that. And then Terry shot back real fast. It is like that. And now he's starting to sway some of the individuals that's in the cell. They starting to think, wait a minute. We don't do business like that with the Bloods, man. And then we done sat here and let the Bloods beat up on one of our brothers because you trying to find out who the leak is. We should have just took it to him and seen what we could figure out on our own. We done let the Bloods put their feet on one of our own. Now, it's getting messy, y'all. It's getting real messy. Now, cuz looking at him, he's starting to sweat now because he don't know what's about to happen. And if you want to find out what happened, you're going to have to tune in to the next episode, right? Because it's going to get better. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all. I've been trying to breathe underwater.